as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. 43. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Livingston in the point guard position. It's Thompson off the drive. And Green gets it to go.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Anthony down low. It's up against Thompson. That's good. Calderon's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. They've gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
To the paint. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, right here, Kevin, we can get a look at New York and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. 7th in free throw percentage, 8th in blocks, and they're in the top 10 in rebounds. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
Yeah, and getting back to their free throw percentage, you know, it might seem like a small thing, but sometimes it's those little things that can put a team over the top.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Williams kicks to O'Quinn. Back to Williams. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Fresh from a win against Portland.
They really impressed everybody with that comeback they had in the 4th quarter. I mean, it shocked the crowd.
I was stunned by that one, Clark. I mean, I did not see that coming. That 4th quarter performance could not have been any more different than what we saw in the first 3.
And it's good.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Here's Roten. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Thompson for the triple. That is good. Thompson's got 16.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean...
I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. We was thuggin', you was never found. What's that feeling? I'm the realest. All them nights I had to struggle trying to find some dinner. They don't really love me, they not really for me. When I die, is you gon' show up to the ceremony? I just bought a Bentley, just to bet you Christian Louboutin to make a switch religion. I'm not stupid, baby, but the mansion is. Me and Benji are related like relatives. I'm a brought the millions in. Go and get it, I'm the shit and don't need no laxative. I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. How we live, how we live, and they don't love us, they just love it how we live.
They say in due time, but my watch broke. I know. It's a cold world, but we got coats. We grinding to make it. Yes. We shining, they hate. Yes. We bored or we fall. Every diamond's a flagrant. Huh? I'm signed to the pavement. I'm crossing them over. I'm backing them down. Standing tall like a soldier. These players can't hold us. It's the winner's race. Eating with Ken and Ace.
Thanks for tuning in. To the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Spurts on the sideline as well. So for the Cavaliers, their last game, a loss to the Hawks. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Duncan. And it's Aldridge in at the three. Parker dishes to Duncan. And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
And it's Green missing. On defense, the Spurs. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
The Spurs have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Iman Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And he can't hit the second. Cleveland's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And slam dunk by Shumpert.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Irving drives in. He dishes it to Love. And he dunks it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Duncan kicks to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Leonard. Shot is no good, and Cleveland will come the other way. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. It's double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside. Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a little bit. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
For the Cavaliers, Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Spurs trail by 5. And it's good.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside jumper. Kicks it to Dellavedova. Back to Shumpert. Pass to Thompson. Leonard with the steal. Here's Green. Power down with both hands.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive. Play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Leonard. Anderson comes in for Kevin Martin. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Following the miss by David West. Here's Mozgov. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Mozgov's got his first basket of the night. It's West with the drive. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day. And I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Ginobili the pass to West. Ball's knocked loose. Irving with the steal. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Cavaliers have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Cleveland.
And they've made an effort to get to the line here in the first half, guys, and it's starting to pay off.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. And it's LeBron at the 3. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs trail by 5. Martin inside. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. One-on-one fast break. No good from LeBron.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Smith kicks to Dellavedova. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
That's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
I tell you, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Martin for 3. LeBron grabs the miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Love puts up the baby hook. And he can't bank that one in. And Ginobili, here we go. Anderson dishes to West. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Irving's checked in. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And stolen by Love. Irving drives in. Good work defensively by Ginobili. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Looking at Cleveland since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they've put up. 4th in scoring. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And they've been scoring with such ease. I mean, they've been so resourceful at that end of the floor. If one thing doesn't work, they've always got other options they're able to come up with in terms of their offensive attack.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
James. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here. And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. With the shot. And Thompson sends it back. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. Irving can't hit. The Spurs have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. And that one's good. Parker.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
For Cleveland, they have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
At the line,
that free throw missing.
Tristan Thompson. At the line for 2.
And the second free throw, good. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. And Diao kicks to Anderson. It's Aldridge penetrating. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And, fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And they're able to recover. It's Aldridge penetrating. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him.
Shooting for Cleveland.
Both free throws good from Aldridge.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Irving kicks to Shumpert. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Ahead with 1 on the clock. Nice job filling the lanes and terrific pass to hit him right in stride. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead is going.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Spurs out in front. They lead by 2. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Green. Martin is out there with Parker. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 4.
And that's his style right now. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
Aldridge again. LeBron. Martin the pass to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Timeout called. Cleveland. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Kicks it out to James. Back to Smith. Pass to Dellavedova. To the paint. It's tipped. Leonard with the steal. And there's the lay-in. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Into the lineup for the Spurs.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Dellavedova. Leonard with the steal. No luck. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
San Antonio leading by 6. In transition, here come the Spurs. They grab their own miss. Parker outside. Second shot opportunity. No luck. Good D by Thompson. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. LeBron's shot is good.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
1:51 left in the third. And it's Leonard, top of the key. And the rejection by Smith. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for LeBron. Fry, good.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And it's Smith missing. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Leonard. Finished off the break. Leonard's got 10.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Then for the Spurs. Duncan, he's checked in for West. And Aldridge is subbed in for Martin. Scooped up. Dishes it to Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. making a switch here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Irving. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. To the wing on the left.
Spurs foul. David West. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Cleveland.
Free throw, good from Fry.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Thank you, Cleveland!
8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Marjanovic. Count the bucket.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Here's Fry, and it's in. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Spurs lead by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Irving in at point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Here's Aldridge. Knocks it loose. It's taken away by Smith. Here's that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
No good from West.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Aldridge drives in. Aldridge double teamed. There's Green with the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 6th rebound on the night. For the finish. And James throws it down. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Dellavedova's checked in.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound, and once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
And here's Mills from the arc. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Irving dishes to LeBron. And they double him up with LeBron. He feeds it to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to James. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Dellavedova kicks to LeBron.
In the first half, he was able to get to the line a little bit more. Let's see if he can pick it up here.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Cleveland.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Here's James. Rebound, San Antonio. Martin's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Aldridge left side. Leonard. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
J.R. Smith checked in for Cleveland.
Just so reliable. I mean, that basket there will give them a little bit more of a cushion. And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Aldridge a screen. Leonard attacking, and Thompson sends it back. Smith the pass to James. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Cleveland leading by 4. LeBron outside. Comes up empty down low.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
He kicks it to Thompson. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. Cavaliers making a switch here. Irving's checked in. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Irving double team. Smith right side. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Love from the arc. It's good from beyond the arc.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
That was essential that he cashed in on those free throws. They're within 1 possession.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Here's Love. The rebound by the Spurs.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Boy, a chance to tie it up with the game on the line. This is what we live for. I want to see what happens right here.
It's money from deep.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Timeout called, Cleveland. The score knotted at 67. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's LeBron. Feeds to Thompson. Yes!
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Martin. Oh, that shot out of change, but no good.
won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, loot is back. Blame it on that. The hood call it looting. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down like go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million. This last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle. Every dime is a flake.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trail Blazers here at home. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Yeah, more than anything else, I think three-point shooting was the key, the catalyst, if you will, in that game.
Yeah, it's really a nice weapon to have because it makes things easier for you in other parts of your offense when you can knock down the three.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Thunder. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Anthony Morrow out there with Durant. And it's Westbrook in at the three slot. He tries for three. And Harkless with the basket on the assist by Lillard. 6 points here for Harkless.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Right wing. From deep. Offensive rebound. Here's McCollum. It's another look. Poked away. Stolen by Westbrook. Now here's Durant. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Westbrook. Outside for Durant. The second chance effort. Here's Adams. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And Ibaka gets to Adams. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Lillard misses.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Feeds it to McCollum. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. So he makes one of two as the second one misses. Here's Durant. Lillard with the block. Kicks it to Plumlee. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
So here's Westbrook. After Enes Kanter's basket, Westbrook passes to Kanter. Plumlee with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Durant's running. Now here's Durant. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Here's Plumlee. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Pass to McCollum. Thunder with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Uncovered. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight. Here's McCollum. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Oh, great move to get to the rack there against the guy who doesn't really just have the strength to be able to keep him away from the rim.
Now here's McCollum. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Both teams will make substitutions. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Thunder trailing by 5. Payne with it. He averages about 5 points a game. That is good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Waiters. And released it into a nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Portland out in front. They lead by a bucket. From Portland. We're back in a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Dion Waiters is out there with Anthony Morrow. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Durant. And it's Westbrook in at the 3. Crabbe kicks to Anderson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Waiters. The shot is off. Great D that time from Davis. Cullen passes to Davis. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Waiters. There's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out. That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Henderson kicks to Davis. He feeds it to Vonleh. Off with the layup.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Here's Adams. He dishes it to Morrow. Pass to Waiters. Outside Durant. And there's the feed to Adams. Another shot. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And he slams it one-handed.
How about that, breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Durant. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lillard's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Crabbe. He kicks to Davis. Lillard against Waiters. Lillard left side. That's good. Lillard's got 8.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here's Morrow. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Durant.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now, here's Vonleh. And Waiters kicks to Morrow. And Westbrook, here we go. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
In the corner, Henderson with it. That's a miss. He's made 1 and missed 1. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push him, and then excellent execution.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Davis. Harkless comes in for Gerald Henderson. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Ibaka comes in for Kevin Durant. Roberson, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Singler in for Dion Waiters. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. To the wing right side. Dishes to Plumlee. Pass to Aminu. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Roberson. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Thunder ending the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And, guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Plumlee out there with Aminu. And it's Harkless in the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. They recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. On the Thunder making a switch here. Foy's checked in. McCollum dishes to Aminu. The pass to Lillard. Aminu with it. Ibaka on him. Aminu misses.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Aminu grabs the miss. Trailblazers trailed by 4.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
Payne's shot is good. Payne's got 5.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's McCollum. Lillard outside. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Payne. Feeds to Ibaka. To the inside. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got the lead up to 4 now for Oklahoma City.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And Voigt kicks to Westbrook. This one for 3. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Noah Vonleh comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Alan Crabb in for Lillard. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the Thunder. Morrow comes in for Payne.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Waiters, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
You know, when you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive. taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Davis with a screen on Durant. Crab. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And a final note on the Thunder defense. A lot of it is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared to challenge shots. And they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Waiters. Durant, the pass to Adams. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
To the wing on the left. Kicks to Henderson. It's tipped. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Steven Adams. Trailblazers trail by 7. Davis kicks to Crab. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Kanter. Here's Durant. The shot is off.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
Yeah, but they've got to find a way to convert those extra possessions into points if they're going to come back in this one.
And Westbrook, here we go. Can't connect from short range. That will count. No good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Thunder lead by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And the Trailblazers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Taking a look at the Thunder. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Durant is out there at 4. And it's Morrow in the small forward position. Fades back. Good. 9 points for Kevin Durant.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
It's Durant on the wing. And Davis sends it back. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Waiters is checked in.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Thanks, Doris. Just 2 to shoot. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. That's a 2 from Lillard. And the shot falls short this time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to 4. Here's Morrow. Covered by Lillard. And Adams kicks to Waiters. Lillard with the rebound. Lillard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Crab.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Morrow kicks to Ibaka. He feeds it to Waiters. High arcing shot, and he gets it to go.
Assist goes to.
And the Thunder lead by 6.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Pass to Henderson. Back to Lillard. He dishes it to Vonleh. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Ibaka dishes to Adams. Back to Ibaka. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Crabbe kicks to Henderson. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Thunder pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And stolen by Lillard. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Henderson, no good. The Thunder leading by 6. Foy, the pass to Ibaka. There's the pick. Waiters dishes to Adams. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And Lillard kicks to Henderson. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Ibaka right side. The wing jumper off target.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Raiders on the wing. Tries again. The feet to Morrow. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're in front by 4. 32 seconds left in the fourth. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Davis. Aminu comes in for Noah Vonleh. Harkless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And McCollum subbed in for Alan Cram. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Allison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Russell Westbrook in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Payne in for Waiters. Inside, here's Kanter. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Randy Foy.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all
think you wanna get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. That Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how I feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took. Now they tell me do it for the love. Gotta do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it takes to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't that right league. Spend so much time out here balling, it's my wifey. These are what I live, I breathe, I sleep, my dreams are lavish. Went from check to check to check the balance. I press, I bet you flop, you all theatric. I'm mostly savage, gambling, take advantage. I'm here to ball while you call off work. When that top jump back, what I call off vert. Before I hit my context, check my call off first. See if I can make a play to get it all off merge. Woo! Let an animal loose. My separation off finesse, I'm just preparing to shoot. Or I can put you on some skates, breaking ankles and news, saying this is what they pay me to do. I don't think you're trying to get rich. DJ Khaled.
Oh. Oklahoma City, land of the Thunder, in a fine Western Conference battle here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena.
Ready to go?
Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The road trip for the Rockets ends here as they leave for Houston right after the game.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, a game between these two teams has always been special.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a ton of great games between them in the past. It's hard not to get amped up when they face each other. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Rockets. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in the three slot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Here's Modiunas. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And Voigt kicks to Durant. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. First quarter, just over a minute played. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if they're... Oh! Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Westbrook. Deflects the pass. Beverly. And it's blocked by Adams. Boyd is just to Durant. To the inside. Adams' shot is good.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Westbrook with it. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Adams' shot is off.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
That's his first personal foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. The pass to Howard. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Westbrook drives in. Adams. And sent back by Howard. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
To the paint. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to Golden State.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Wasted no time on that one. Harden's got 6.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for. And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Last time they met in Houston.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. Gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Waiters in for Russell Westbrook. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Monty Eunice. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And the Rockets making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Houston leading by 7. Terry kicks to Beasley. Capella, the pass to Terry. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Kanter sets the pick for Durant. Another shot. And scoring with the play inside is Kanter.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
On the wing, Brewer. Back to Terry. Wide open look. And it's Houston with another.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
The drive by Collison. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one?
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Houston on top. They lead by 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
So on the floor for Houston. Terry is up there with McDaniels. Then there's Beasley. Then there's Brewer. And it's Howard in at the 5 spot. Passes to Payne. From deep. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Payne kicks to Durant. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Over the last 10 games, as we look at the Rockets, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. 3rd in steals, 4th in fast break points, and they're right there, I mean, among the top 5 teams in second chance points. Doing a really good job of offensive rebounding and then being able to score the ball when they get that second chance.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
To the inside. Here's Howard. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Takes a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
For 3.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far. You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You can see he really wanted to answer that made 3 with one of his own. Not the best decision.
The shot is off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And the Thunder with some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. And it's Ibaka in for Durant. Houston with a big group substitution here. Montejunas is checked in for Beasley. Riza comes in for Brewer. James Harden, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Morrow comes in for Randy Ford. And it's Waiters in for Russell Westbrook. Howard with this screen on Waiters. Harden the pass to Ariza. No good on the 3. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Payne. It's good. This game is all even. Payne's got his first points of the game.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Dishes to Harden. Steps back and fires. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Thunder have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Durant's checked in for Payne. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now the feed to Moniunas. It's deflected. Stolen by Cantor. Durant attacking. Durant drawing the double team. And Waiters has it in the corner. And Ibaka kicks to Waiters. And it's sent back by Howard. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Harden draws the double. Pass to Moniunas. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Substitution for the Rockets.
Houston in the lead.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Substitution for the Rockets.
5 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists in the game. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rockets lead by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here, James Harden. Getting it done today.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Durant and Ibaka playing at the 4 and 5. Russell Westbrook out there with Payne. And it's Foy in the 3 spot. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Durant dishes to Ibaka. The Rockets pull it in.
Oklahoma City foul.
Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Motiejunas. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And stolen by Howard. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And here are the Rockets now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And here's Harden for 3. The Thunder shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Count the bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Reza passes to Howard. Good on the shot. And that's 10 points for James Harden.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Reza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for Motiejunas. And it's Terry in for Patrick Everly. Houston's shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. And it's Beasley in for Trevor Ariza.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball results